Welcome to today's market report. European stock markets are seen opening higher on Thursday, bouncing after Wednesday's sharp losses as investors look to the European Central Bank for help. DAX futures traded 0.1% higher, CAC 40 and FTSE 100 were flat. The major European indices post hefty losses on Wednesday, with the DAX ending down 4.2%, while CAC 40 fell 3.4%. And FTSE 100 were down 2.6%. The news on Wall Street wasn't much better, with the S&P 500, for example, closing 3.5% lower, its biggest drop since 11th of June. The prime reason behind these losses was the announcement of additional measures to try and combat the new surge in COVID-19 cases, as France closed all non-essential businesses and Germany shut its hospitality industry for a month and banned most social gatherings. Italy and Spain have already imposed partial lockdowns. With this in mind, investors will look to the European Central Bank for guidance after its Governing Council meeting later in the day. The ECB is moving closer towards more action, but it is too early to do so this month. While we look for a dovish bias and hints at more asset purchases to come in December, this should not catch markets off guard. That said, this decision has become more difficult as the continent-wide lockdowns will not only threaten other severe economic slump and will also put already stretched government budgets under more strain. In corporate news, Nokia is likely to be in focus after the Finnish telecom network equipment maker reported disappointing third-quarter underlying profits in its first earnings report under new chief executive Pekka Lundmark. Volkswagen returned to a profit in the third quarter, reporting better than expected sales in the period, helped by robust demand in China, while Anheuser-Busch InBev, the world's largest brewer, reported impressive earnings on the back of strong demand in the US and Brazil. Oil prices edged higher on Thursday, rebounding to a degree after the sharp falls from the previous session, helped by the shuttering of a large percentage of U.S. output in the Gulf of Mexico as Hurricane Zeta hit the coast of Louisiana. Crude futures traded 0.1% higher at $37.44 a barrel. Brent was flat at $39.64 a barrel. Both contracts fell around 5% on Wednesday. Gold futures rose 0.2% to $1,882.40 per ounce. On the FX front, GBP/USD is holding up better than other currency pairs as the cable looks to regain ground above the 130 level, while the pair trades above the 129.28 uptrend. Commerzbank's Karen Jones believes a retest of the March high at 132.01 and the recent high of 134.83 is possible. The UK Housing Secretary Robert Jarek said, "We do not want to do a second national lockdown." When commenting on the likelihood of a national lockdown, "We continue taking local action against the virus. Local lockdowns continue to be the best approach. We will do everything that we can to avoid that. Talks with local leaders on local lockdowns need to be speeded up. Clear policy of the government is to avoid a full national lockdown." In conversations with Leeds and West Yorkshire leaders over move to tighter restrictions, and we will have to wait and see whether new tiered measures will be effective. Too early to say. Despite the upbeat remarks, GBP/USD is seeing some fresh offers running through, dragging the rates back to the 130 level. After his comments, Euro-dollar is facing extra downside below 116.85 according to the UOB. The pair is currently trading at 117.40, a small rebound after it reached 117.16 low yesterday. For today, the next support is at 116.85. Resistance is at 117.80, but only a break of 118.05 would indicate the current downward pressure has eased. Economists expected the European Central Bank to leave its policy unchanged, but some suspect that the Frankfurt-based institution will respond to the new measures foreseen an economic hit and act already now by enlarging its pandemic emergency purchase program. It could also opt for a hint-off action in December when staff release new forecasts. Christine Lagarde, president of the ECB, will meet the press and will also be asked about the bank's strategic review and the option of cutting rates. The first release of U.S. gross domestic product for the third quarter is set to show an annualized growth rate of over 30%, a sharp comeback after the downfall in the second quarter. The dollar was down 0.07% at 93.418. Dollar yen was at 104.47. This is today's market news. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.